Denis, how are you doing this? How are you making it that I can get into my office in a safe manner? They know that I've been checked, and they know that I'm not perhaps carrying COVID, but they're not actually getting access to my own data in some way.
Yeah, so thanks for having me. The way we do this is simply use the smartphone as the digital version of your vaccine certificate, where it stays locally on the phone, and all that's being shared when you do tap in to check into a building is the verification to say that, okay, this person has been verified as either vaccinated or recently tested negative or has passed a health screen. And then therefore no actual information is shared, just a verification. It's kind of like, going to the bar, and instead of sharing your driver's license to see that you're over 21, it's basically just seeing that you're over 21, and they don't need to know where your address is or anything else about you. And so that's how we essentially design and build our technologies to make sure that privacy is always preserved, it's always kept on the smartphone, and what's shared really is just a verification piece.
I have a feeling you're probably a pretty busy man. How much has business been scaling at this point? Was this what you'd always been destined to be making Proxy for? Was it some sort of pivot for you?
Well, this was an acceleration of what we were building. We started out really using the smartphone to replace employee badges and corporate access passes so that you can replace those plastics and use your smartphone instead, and soon to be wearables. And the whole idea is that because we're all carrying smartphones with us, can we use that as a credential? And can we do this in a private way that you're not sharing any information, you're not sharing anything with the building, so that we can maintain people's privacy, and while at the same time give people a better experience, make things a lot simpler for them. And because we're all carrying around a smartphone, the whole idea is to use that smartphone. Now, because health has become a big concern of our customers, making sure that they're reopening in a healthy environment, a lot of our customers have asked us, how do we also ensure people are healthy? And so we've introduced the Health Pass capability really as just another credential. It's your employee ID badge, but it's something that you keep locally as a verified attestment that you're vaccinated or you tested negative. The goal for a lot of our customers is really thinking about how do we reopen safely and keep everyone healthy. And so we leaned into that direction, both for ourselves and for a lot of our customers, because we were asking the same question: how do we reopen our office in San Francisco while keeping everyone safe? And we don't want anyone getting sick. So, and at the end of the day, we also don't want to be looking at anyone's health passes. So it was very important for us to use our technology in a way that can actually help businesses reopen.
What are the reticences that you're having to fight back on? What are companies asking you? Why would they be nervous to enact this in some way?
It's just adding a lot more friction in some cases. It's like more steps when everyone wants to get back to normal. The big question that always comes up and that we ask a lot of our customers is, what are you reopening to? That always leads into more questions. And, while everyone has a perception of reopening back into the old days of how things were done, really the reality is we're moving into a new world of reopening to a new healthy environment. And so people are looking for those tools and trying to understand what's the best way to do these things to keep businesses open, to not have to shut down, to make sure if someone is sick that measures can be taken to limit the exposure, or at least report it in a way so that you don't have to shut down the whole building, but you can at least inform the right people to let them know that somebody is not feeling so well. Maybe you don't want to come in the office tomorrow. But those things are now really important.
Yeah.
And the pushback is really about, can we do this in a simpler way, preserving people's privacy as well.
Yeah.